Why cold calling is effective in New Zealand? Cold calling originally means like sales call that not many people welcome, but also the means popped in, visit some place without appointment. This is also really work in New Zealand to find a job. Anyway, by the way, have you noticed that New Zealand was chosen the friendliest country in the world? So most friendly country in the world. Have you noticed that? Even you walk on the street or even like supermarket, probably someone just talk to you, even you don't know them, her or him. They are really close, just say hi and they reply back like hi, how's it going, something like that. But yeah, but how that relate to the job? Yes, it does, because like I explained, they are so friendly. If you go to the restaurant or a cafe and just bring your CV, just going there and say hi, and most of cases they just reply back, hey, how's it going? So they just start talking and have a conversation. That's really big difference. Like my case in Japan, like they're not like this. Like if I go tap into the cafe or even like shop and say hi, and probably they say hi, but when I start explaining about the job or looking for a job or blah blah, then they just start shutting down their door. I mean, okay, that's fine, just saying greeting, that's all, not conversation there. But because like New Zealanders are so friendly, easy to have a conversation, so yeah, you might have more chance to talk about yourself, like you're looking for a job, your background, or even just general conversation. You can do that. And reason why I always suggest this way is some jobs are not advertised, like hidden job. They actually need someone but haven't put advertisement on website or newspaper, or just sometimes they just put notice or at the front door, but owner might think about it, we might need some one more staff, or thinking about it. So that case, it's not really advertised, it's not even no one knows, even you can't find in a restaurant or shop as well. So yeah, may have a position but not being advertised. This is really good. It's not easy to find, like going there straight away you can't find. You have to go a lot of places and you have to talk a lot of people. But once you got that kind of position, that is less competitive because no one knows most of cases. While like website advertisement, hundreds of people watching it and sending a lot of CV there, but here almost zero. That's a big huge difference. And one more things you have to aware that because you've been having a conversation with this manager or potential employer, you have more chance to talk about yourself, not like just CV. You have more time to talking about it, And like barista cases, this is example that exactly happened to my ex-student, that she wants to be a barista and got barista certificate and trained a couple of weeks and looking for a barista job, and put into a lot of cafe, and it took her time, but one cafe offered her during the conversation. One cafe offered her, okay, then are you able to make a coffee for me? So she actually made a cup of coffee in a cafe as a trial, and she gave it to her. She gave it to that employer, and finally she got a job. So you have more chance to show your personality and also skill. That's totally different compared with the way that you're just sending CV or cover letter. You have more chance to showing yourself. But you have to be careful about two things. First, consider about timing. Yeah, if you go there like busiest time, like cafe in the morning or lunchtime for the restaurant, yeah, you can't have a conversation with those manager or person in charge. So you have to be consider about timing, when is the best time, and do not give up just once. This is also an example that one of my friend, again sorry, barista, but anyway, she used to work for Starbucks in Japan, and so she has an experience as a cafe waitress and barista over there in Japan, and she made a CV and popped it into a cafe, including Starbucks in New Zealand as well. And one day she popped it into Starbucks, but apparently she gave her CV to a person, but this guy is just a part-time worker, but he just turned on her that no, sorry, we don't have a position like that, and she just walked away. And but just wait, I haven't talked about that. I been working Starbucks in Japan, she didn't mention. So she just came back to the cafe an hour later. Then she talked to the person, different person. He was gone, and the new person, she was the manager of Starbucks, and she just accepted that CV and finally got the job. So you have to be careful. Your CV is, make sure your CV is sent to the person in charge, like manager or employer over there or not. So don't give up just once. Just confirm your CV is definitely be to the person in charge. Yeah. Are you ready for the interview? Again, it's quite important to get a job part. Obviously, this is not enough to explain everything in this short video, but if you're looking specialized training, I can introduce my business partner who's doing mock interview training. It's very important to get used to have an interview. Then you can prepare the answer in advance. So yeah, get used to do that. So I'll do that brief idea about the interview here. First, most of the case at the beginning, you do introduce yourself in the interview. You can use elevator pitch introduction while explain in first section. Market yourself. So introduce yourself, showing your strengths, and sometimes they ask your weak point as well. You don't need to list up a lot of weak points. And the thing is, you can say that your weak point, but it still sounds good part. Like, for example, my weak point is bit talkative to customer, but now I aware of that and I can cope with it. So some cases your weak point is not too bad, so you choose right one. And reply with star method. Star method is used for interview, but mainly from interviewer, but you can use it to explain your situation clearly. And what is star method is S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for result. So following that way, for example, situation, I used to work for a restaurant, and task, I had to manage 4 staff in the floor. And action, I regularly open meeting before work. I don't know if it is good or not, but result is they rose productivity 20% up, and no one's resigned while I was working as a manager over there. Something like that. That's clearly explained and easily understand for an interview as well. In the interview, the word you should not say. Through my experience, I have a lot of cases that when I have a restaurant and I have interview with the international student, and quite often they said that I have no experience, but I want to have experience here. No. And the other ones, I'd like to work here because I want to improve my English. That's no wrong answer too. Do you know the reason why? The employer don't employ people to improve their English or have experience. They want to do a business, so we expect contribution from them. Through work experience, obviously they might able to improve their English level, but that's not reason why employer want to employ people. So you should not say that. Even if you think about it, you don't need to say that. The other one, the word you should not ask, that's more likely visa part. I quite often have a question that are you able to support my work visa or resident visa? And my answer is always, I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your performance yet. That's true. Before you showing your performance, you can't really say that. I mean, no one can reply that. If someone said, okay, yes, I will do that support, that's a bit weird. Have to be careful. But some case you of course want to stay longer, so you can ask that have you ever support work visa before, or resident visa before? And employer say yes or no. And if they say yes, you can reply back like, well, that's good. I'd like to put my 100% effort here, and hopefully I can get the one of visa as well. Yeah, something like that. Showing your performance first, then you can actually ask about the visa. So if you ask visa from the beginning too much, nobody can reply that. And the last, bring your extra tools if you have to, means that like I explain pictures and videos or proposals. The good reason for this is if you bring those documents, they will definitely ask about this part. So normally the interview is you have to always wait for the question, but if you bring your tools and proposal and documents, you can take initiative actually, because you expect the questions from your documents. Or they should ask about this part, how did you achieve this marketing goals or something like that. So you can prepare your answer in advance. That's a good point to bring those documents, and it really works. You can try that.